Hi, today I'm going to talk about reasons why your stats are down in your practice. Are they valid? Stay tuned. Hi, Janice Wheeler here. I'm the president of The Art of Management. We're a Canadian practice management company with clients in a few other places. And we have worked with over 2,000 practices now, one-on-one for at least a year, if not longer. And I've analyzed altogether, I think, close to 6,000 practices. And there's some things I know from doing those meetings and then watching the ones who did become clients get rid of those reasons in their practice. If your practice is not doing well, it may be for many other reasons than what you think it is. Because if it was for the reason you thought it was and you took some action to fix it and it didn't fix, then it's obviously the wrong reason. I'll give you an example. I have heard over all 32 years in business that when there's a recession on, that's the reason my stats are down. I've even had people say there's a recession on when there isn't, because they talk to their friends and they go, oh, we're not doing great either. It must be a recession. And it's so not true. And as soon as they buy into that, the game is over. They're not actually going to find out what the real reason is for them, for their practice, to have stats down. Even when there was truly a recession in the early 1990s, or recently we had lockdowns due to COVID-19 and things changed. Even during those times, other than the actual lockdown where nobody was open, our clients grew and did awesome. It doesn't mean because there's a recession on that you have to agree with it. Stats are caused internally in the practice and by how you respond to them. In the early 1990s, we had client after client growing while almost all practices were going down for a few of those years as people were cutting back on spending and being cautious, losing their jobs, losing their insurance, and all of those things. Our clients, because of the tools we gave them, made the stats go up and got their practice growing. So we never ever buy into the recession causes stats to be down, okay? There are ways to handle it. I've heard other ones like there's too much competition, and that's never true. I've had clients who've had practices set up across the street and next door to them. But you and your internal marketing make 100% of the difference between doing great anyway or giving into it and using it as the reason why your stats are down instead of really finding out what the reason is. All right, another one that I've heard is, oh, we've tried all the traditional marketing things, we've done flyers and, our signage isn't working. And what other ones? Well, I've got a marketing company working for us doing Google Ads and Facebook, and that's not working, and so on. Now, all of those things could seem to be true, and maybe they are even, but what are you going to do about it? Because those things do work if they're done properly. I have seen flyers get amazing results, but most marketing companies that make flyers don't have a clue about what they should be wording on it. We have helped many of our clients give their marketing company the actual true data that should be on the flyer. So this is not something that can't be fixed. Digital marketing right now, there are a lot of really good companies out there. There's a lot of really bad ones too, but there's some really good ones. And ask around among your friends or call us and we'll tell you who one of our clients is using that's working like crazy, because some of them are quite amazing. Now, you can have the best marketing company doing Google Ads for you, let's say. And I know some of them even do an incredible follow-up of putting in a phone line in the ad that rings separately on your phones, and there's a recording device on it that records each conversation that your staff have with the person, and you can then listen back and see whether they close the person to become a patient or not. And you will be shocked, honestly shocked, by the number of people your staff do not close who phoned into your practice. it sounds like they're a shopper. I can't be told that too often. I've been told that so often. But a shopper is somebody who needs something. That's why they're shopping, because they need something. And if your office is the same as every other place they call today, well, you're not going to get the business. But if your staff are super well trained on exactly how to turn a shopper into into an actual new patient of the practice, then it no longer is valid that there's just shoppers. And we have asked many doctors, like, well, how do your staff do on handling shoppers? Oh, they're great. Until they do this system of listening back to every person who phoned in and what they did with it. Well, he was looking for pricing. He was checking out to see whether or not we were still taking new patients. He was, he had a bad experience in his last practice. All these different things that they excuse their lack of ability to close the person. And your staff, I'm sure, are well-meaning. They're just not trained. Like, who spent a few hours training them? This is what we do in our sales workshop, for instance. We train our clients' staff and our clients on how to handle these matters. You never quote a price, and you never say, would you like an appointment? Those are the two biggest errors. Short of another one is assuming because they sound like a shopper that you should give up right away because they're just a shopper. That actually happened in one of our clients' offices that used this system, not from us, but a company that does these things and records all the calls. And it was found, in fact, she was not closing them at all. And she would just give up if it was a shopper. If it was a patient of the practice asking questions, well, fine, she would answer questions, right? It's very bizarre. So what else? We see lack of sales training throughout the whole practice. Believe me, as the practitioner, you did not get training in school, not even if you went to, for dentists, there's a company in the States that teaches you high-end dentistry and they teach you sales skills, which we have to undo and so on, because it's very, very aggressive and turns people off in many cases. So you really have to watch where you get your sales training. Recall or reminder systems are sometimes, I'm still going back to the reasons why stats are down. Supposedly, recall or reminder system may not be fully functional in your business. And you need to find out and listen to your staff and hear what they're doing and correct them and practice with them. Again, why we train our clients and their staff on sales training. Patients depend on you guys to be awesome. Sometimes there's no active leadership in the practice guiding the staff towards known goals or a mission statement, so they know what is expected of them and how their job fits into that and what they need to do to shine and make that happen. So no active leadership. Again, this is one that we have fun with because we have a leadership course, an executive basics course, which really gives you the tools to be a good boss. These are not things you're born knowing how to do. They are things that are learned in training, and we have them available. Let's see what else is on the list. Sometimes the staff are not motivated to do well. Like, you're motivated as the practice owner. You have a bottom line you have to handle every week and every month, and as in bills that you have to pay and so on, and there's equipment that you want to buy, and you have a home life where you need to have a certain amount of income too. But the staff, they get the same amount of money, whether they show up, when they come in, whether they do hard work or don't, and unless you fire them, they just continue earning their wage. And so there's no incentive or motivation for them. If you work harder and smarter, you make more money. But if they work harder and smarter, you make more money, they don't. So why should they? So honestly, you have to look at it a little bit from a staff member's viewpoint. But we show our clients how to put in bonus systems that are only paid if the income is going up, obviously. And it's part of our statistical management system to how to measure it and make it happen. And sometimes there's no weekly meetings or morning huddles where you discuss what needs to be done today and this week differently than last week to make the stats go up. So that's very important. So if anything is happening in your practice that's making the stats go down, don't label it with a reason and give up there. Instead, find solutions. If you want help on it, man, we're so good at this, and we've done, as I said, close to 2,000 doctors through our program, giving them the practice of their dreams. We like to have our philosophy that we're helping to create extraordinary practices. And we have some really top guys, as well as everyday guys, as well as people who are like struggling, and we've helped them turn around. It's a great pleasure for us. It's our passion. And so the moral of the story is look for solutions. Don't accept reasons. If it's a correct reason, it will open the door for a handling. That is our motto in our company. So if you can't find a handling, come and see me. I actually do Zoom meetings or in-person meetings if you're in the Toronto area and surrounding area. I do a 3.5-hour free practice analysis, or practice acceleration assessment is my new name for it. And there's no charge for it whatsoever. It's and no obligation, really. 1 out of 3 people who meet with me go ahead. That's my stats. So you can be one of the 3, 2 of the 3 that don't go ahead. It's okay. It's not smart, but it's okay. Just kidding. Because we really do have the tools to grow practices. We don't fail. So if you like this video, give me a call and ask for a free practice analysis, and I will help you out with that, and let's see what your full potential is and what can be done about things. Otherwise, stay tuned for more of these. Subscribe to our channel. We actually have playlists with all these different topics on playlists, and share this and give me a like. So thanks for listening today. Bye.
To get your practice analyzed, contact the Art of Management at 416-466-6217.